Okay, hello. So today we are continuing with our questions from pre-intermediate and intermediate conversation. Okay, so today we're going to be doing four very interesting questions: 26, 27, 28, 29. Okay, do you believe in magic? I don't think so. Definitely not like Harry Potter magic or anything like that. Shamans and things like this, I don't really think so. Curses, any of that kind of stuff, I don't really believe in that kind of thing. I'm more science minded or science orientated, So um, maybe in the past, a type of advanced technology between one people's versus another, or like if someone from one country showed some type of their ancient technology to someone else, then yes, I think that it would appear as magic, for example, but I don't believe in like traditional magic that you would see in a movie or anything like that. Do you believe in aliens? Okay, I do, definitely, because of things like the Drake equation, which is an equation, I think, 30, 40, maybe 1970s, years ago. So, like 50 years ago, it basically said that from the observable universe, from what we could see of galaxies and stars, there's at least 1,500 um, types of life out there somewhere. And obviously now, because of the new technology and how it's advanced and everything like that, that is probably multiplied by a factor of like, I don't know, 2000, for example, So I do think there are aliens or some type of life out there. I doubt that they would look anything like us. They could be very primitive or very advanced. If they're very primitive, they don't know about us. And if they're very advanced, they probably definitely don't want to know us. So yeah, I don't think aliens have visited here. I think a lot of in Spanish you say omni, and then in English you say UFO, unidentified flying object. So any of the things that people see in the sky or anything like that, it could be like experimental military aircraft. I'd say that's 99% of the time. You have things like the gravity drive and all these other things that you hear about. So I do think aliens exist. I don't think they've actually visited us. I think the pyramids were built by like ancient advanced technology, for example. Okay, do you believe in God? Yes, I do believe in God. I don't think I'm an atheist. I'm probably more like agnostic, although that sounds very cheesy as well. But I definitely think that there is an idea of like a supreme being or something outside our senses that we can't detect. Okay, so I don't believe in organized religion or anything like that, but I do believe in God. Um, what else? So yeah, I think that's a very broad question, but I do believe in a supreme being or different levels of existence that we can't interpret with our, how would you say, our senses, for example. Yeah, so I do believe in that. Okay, do you believe in ghosts? No, because I've never seen them. But then if I saw something I couldn't explain, it would probably freak me out. And I think that's the same way with a lot of like science-minded people. Like if you see, I don't know, like a shadow or something that you can't explain, a lot of people would automatically say, "Oh, that's a ghost" or something like this. So I don't really think that I believe in ghosts. I've heard stories and things like that, but I don't know what to think. I think that your mind can play tricks on you. I think that is very, very possible. And so this video is only 3.5 minutes. So I'm going through these very, very quickly. So we'll add more questions. Okay, question 30. Do you think dinosaurs and humans ever coexisted? So I don't think so. Maybe modern ancestors of dinosaurs, which are birds, existed at the same time as humans, but I don't think so. I think dinosaurs died out around 65 million years ago, and humans are at the very, very most not even a million years. So yeah, I don't think they existed at the same time. I think it's two very, very different ends of a spectrum. So I don't think they're uh, close together at all. Sorry about this for anybody that believes in the Bible or creationists or anything like that. My apologies. No offense intended. Okay, 31. Do you think there will ever be world peace? How and why? Okay, paz mundial in Spanish. Okay, so I don't think so. I think if there was to be world peace, you would probably have to eliminate money, religion, and borders, which are the three biggest causes of violence or problems between countries. So I think that's it's kind of like I don't know, like a fantasy to think that it is possible, and that's kind of the why then as well. So I don't think it's possible because there's always a separation between me and you. You know, the idea of the other. Yeah, so he's different from me. He believes different things, and I don't trust him, or something like that. So I don't think that world peace is possible. So 32. Okay. What is something that could happen that could change the world? Well, obviously, in a negative way, the pandemic changed the world. But then, in a positive way, the vaccine really resolved a lot of those issues then as well. Sorry again to these anti vaxxers that might be out there or something like this, you know. I think a cure for something like cancer, obviously, would change the world. Excuse me. I'm using my RIES bottle. Yes, you can pick them up here in our languages school. So, cure for cancer obviously would really change the world significantly or drastically. What else? Like eradicating world hunger, maybe advanced farming, or cutting down on the amount of time that you need to grow certain foods, for example, would change the world. Obviously, then, going back to previous questions, like if we were visited by the aliens or something like this, obviously that would change the world then as well a lot. Okay. Maybe we'll do two more questions. So, okay, question 33. Do you think that there are things that happen that can only be explained by God? I don't think so. I think, for example, I think it's called a deist. It's basically you believe that God created everything and then he kind of stood back and like almost like in a laboratory taking notes on a test. So I think, for example, no, I don't. I think that most things can be explained. And I think if we can't explain them, they're outside our technology, education, or our realm of understanding. So, for example, if you see something that you can't explain, people say, oh, it's God, or oh, it's a ghost, or something like this. But maybe it's, I don't know, for example, something in another dimension phasing into our reality or something like that. That's, in my opinion, that's much more probable than anything like supernatural or something like that. Yeah. Okay, last question, 34. What would you prefer, to explore outer space or to explore our world more? Okay, I think, what is it, 70% of the world is ocean, and I think we've only explored, excuse me, about 5% of it. So definitely, I would prefer to explore our world a hell of a lot more than outer space, you know, because I definitely think that we are very, very primitive when it comes to space exploration, especially manned space flights. So I think the James Webb Telescope, for example, firing it off into deep space is a great idea, and then remote control it, you know. But things like Mars and things like that, I mean, it's practically a dead planet anyway, unless we discover some type of other form of life. But definitely, I mean, to understand ourselves more, because we grew up on this planet, I definitely think that exploring the oceans more is, one, it's a bigger challenge, and two, it's much more beneficial then as well. So yeah, I think, well, really good movie. I think it's 1980 is The Abyss. Maybe it's 80 or 88. I can't remember. Really good sci-fi from James Cameron. And yeah, that's an excellent thing, is that they are on an oil derrick. They have an accident and then they drop down to, I think it's the Marina Trench. I can't remember exactly where it's set. But yeah, definitely it's a great movie. I definitely recommend it, The Abyss. And it's all about encountering another form of life at the bottom of the ocean. So I definitely recommend that movie as well. And yeah, I definitely think it's more beneficial to explore the oceans more than outer space. Okay, so we're nearly at 10 minutes. That's kind of the limit as always. So in the next video, I'll be continuing from question 35. We're making good progress. We're getting through it very, very quickly. And the next video, we're going to be talking about completely different topics as always. So every time you're watching a video like this, just be assured I'm always talking about different things, many, many different things in the one episode. Also today, for anybody that wants to study English, I was trying to speak a little bit faster than normal and give a little bit more advanced vocabulary then as well for anybody that's trying to improve their English as they're listening. So thank you very much and have a great day.